Hello, my wrist-free warriors and lovelies. We are going to have another wrist-free flow, but this flow is designed to start to rehabilitate your wrist or your hand injury a little bit. We're still not doing anything like a plank or a chaturanga, but we'll start to mobilize the wrists, build a little bit of active flexibility, and start to move things around to promote healing. It's a good stepping stone between my other completely wrist and hand-free videos and moving back towards a more conventional type of vinyasa that you might practice. There's going to be options throughout, so let's take it slowly and explore and start to recondition and rehabilitate your wrists and your hands. Let's give it a go. So we're going to start at the front of the mat. Come to stand with the feet hip distance apart, arms relaxed by your sides. And let's just take a couple easy breaths in and out to begin. Breathing in through your nose and gently out through your mouth. And again, sensing the length of your spine. And setting an intention for the practice to bring nourishment or healing or just a bit of balance back to the body. On your next inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms forwards into chair pose. And then fold down, knees stay bent. Let's do that again, all the way up to stand, arms overhead. And let the hands return down, mountain pose. Chair pose as you breathe in. Exhale, folding. Rising to stand. Mountain pose. Once more. As you fold, lift the tailbone, drop the head. Rising to stand all the way up. And then this time, as you release, chair pose, step the left foot back, back knee down. Let's take the arms up overhead and then gently circle your wrists overhead. Going really gently with them. If you feel pain or discomfort, make the movement smaller rather than bigger. And then you might allow the hands to come down a little bit in front of you. Feeling a little jazzy with the arms. They could come back up. And then from here, reach the arms back, dragon wings. Inhale, arms lift, reach with the fingers now. 2 more times, dragon wings. And this time, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, high lunge, power all the way up. And then open the arms to the right, standing twist. Back to center, and our first warrior 2 together of this practice. Just take a moment, settle in here. You could check those fundamental alignment points. Front knee above front ankle. Pressing into the outside edge of that back foot. And now today, turn your palms to face up. Imagine you're holding 2 ropes, and you're going to gently pull those ropes into the sides of the body. And now, press the palms away as you breathe out. Again, 2 more times, pulling ropes. Exhale, gently pushing away. Just a little bit of work in the wrist, but again, not pushing into pain. From here, let's reverse, breathing in. Reach both arms forwards, reaching for the sun. And again, reversing. Reaching for the sun. As you come back to warrior 2, lift your back heel, high lunge. Step forwards, knee comes into the chest. Hold the knee, draw the knee in towards your body. A little bit of strength in the hands and return the foot second side. Chair pose, breathing in. And then right foot steps back, back knee down. And circle those wrists up towards the sky and release. Release through the shoulders. You could circle the other way. And I'm keeping my fingers quite relaxed. Just gently moving. Feeling blood flow, lymphatic fluid moving through the muscles, the tissues. And then Let's breathe in, dragon wings. 2 more times. It's going as far as feels good to you in your body. Back toes tuck, knee lifts, high lunge. From here, open the arms to the left, and then warrior 2. Let's take a moment, settle in. There's a little detail you can check if your shoulders are kind of bunched up. Gently pull them down for a moment. You might get a little bit of a stretch through the inner arm as you do that. And then again, pulling ropes towards you and push through the palms, exhale. Pulling ropes, pushing. Just working the wrists a little bit here. And then reverse. Reach for the sun like you could hold the sun in both hands. And once more. Find your high lunge and a bold step forwards, knee into the chest. And draw the knee in, link the fingers. Little bit of strength in the hands. Just building a tiny bit of movement and strength back today. Lower the knee down, foot comes down. Chair pose, breathing in. Left foot back. This time as the arms come up, I'm going to invite you to spread the fingers, so reach through the fingers. And this time as you circle, see what it's like to circle the wrists with the palms quite open and the fingers quite spread. So this kind of like a fan-like movement. And again, only make the movement as big as feels reasonable, yeah. There might be a tiny bit of discomfort. That can be okay, but no sharp pain. And then dragon wings. Reaching up, spread the fingers, fingers active through this flow. Dragon wings. Once again, tuck the back toes, power up, and standing twist. From here, warrior 2. Again, pull ropes. Now this time as you push the hands apart, we're going to pause here. You could have the hands a little angled down if that feels better in the wrist, but eventually bringing the fingertips to point towards the sky. So active flexibility, strengthening for the back of the wrist. Keep the hands in this position and let's reverse. Push your left hand down, right hand up. Powerful arms, holding sky and earth apart. And then now release, reverse. Reach for the sun. This time, imagine you could carry the sun low and slow across your mat. Pivot on the feet, warrior 2. Pull ropes. Push hands apart. Again, reverse this position. Keep the palms pressed apart gently. And then reversing and reaching for the sun. Bend the knees, go low through the hips. Warrior 2. From here, high lunge. Listen closely. Reach your left arm forwards. And now could you sweep your right arm back? Lean forward. Start to rest down onto the thigh like you're being pulled in 2 directions. And imagine someone gently pulling your fingertips, creating a bit of space in the wrists. And now big step forwards, knee into the chest. Hold it. Arms come out in front of you. An option if you're feeling brave. Straighten the leg, point the foot for 5. 4. If your foot's down here, do not worry. 3, 2, 1. Mountain pose, chair pose. Breathing in. Folding, exhaling. Chair pose. Right foot steps back, back knee down. Arms up. Again, fan the fingers, circling, maybe the other way this time. Just exploring. Just getting a bit of movement and strength back. Slowly, slowly reconditioning the wrists. From here, dragon wings. That sense of the power of a dragon in flight. The beauty, the strength. Back toes tuck, high lunge. Open the arms to the left. Wobble, 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 wobble. and warrior two. From here, pulling ropes. And now push the hands apart. This is tricky. Floating half moon with the hands in this pushed position. Lean forwards, right leg is going to come up and pressing through the palms without touching the floor. Tempting, but resist. You might get a deep stretch through the inner arm and the elbow. And then return the foot, reach for the sun, travel to the back of your mat. Warrior two, pulling ropes, pushing hands apart, ready for your half moon. Really lift the back leg, press through both heels. And then back foot down, reach for the sun and travel. Warrior two. High lunge, right arm forwards, left arm back. Folding onto the thigh for a moment. Just feel as though you're being drawn through both wrists. Your left shoulder will pull back. Your right shoulder will come up around your ear. That's okay. And now, big step forwards, knee into the chest. Maybe holding or straightening. 5, 4. Lift the heart like sunrise. 3, 2, 1. Mountain pose. Let's take a moment here. Reconnect to a deep breath. One more. From here, chair pose, breathing in. Left foot steps back, back knee down. From here, I'm going to invite you to gently link your fingers. With the fingers linked, rest the hands on that front thigh. See what it feels like to push a little tiny bit into the hands, like you're trying to straighten the arms. Lift the chest. And again, go easy with this. There's no need to rush, no need to push. Just a gentle little rooting down. And now from here, fold forwards and bring your hands on the floor either side of that front foot. So you can use the foot for support, so you can press down. So there's not too much weight in the hands, they're quite light. And spread the fingers gently. Could you press your fingertips down a little bit here? And press the bases of the fingers, so the base of the first finger especially, could you push that down into the ground? Press into the hands gently, just a little bit of strength, tiny bit. And then release. From here, step the right knee back, come into a kneeling position. Sit back towards your heels and take your hands forwards. Come onto the fingertips for child's pose on the fingertips. Gently press into the fingertips to send your hips back. 2 more breaths. And now from here, lift your chest a little bit. You can tuck your toes if that's easier for you. Bring your palms flat, so your hands are quite far in front of your shoulders, which is generally better for the wrists. Spread through the fingers, and again, press the fingertips down. Make sure you press the base of the first finger and the thumb down. That can really help distribute the weight across the whole wrist joint. And now if it feels okay, this is tricky, could you very gently lift the base of the palm, the heel of the palm up, and then bring it back down. Lift the heel of the palm up, then bring it back down. Let's do one more. This might feel worse in your toes than your hands, actually. If your toes are really, it's good, they're distracting you from the wrist work. Okay, from here, slide your hands back in and step your right foot forwards. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. High lunge, open the arms to the right. Warrior two. Just one more time, pulling ropes, pushing walls apart with the hands. We're going to reverse. Half moon, one more time on this side. Take a moment. And then step your left foot back. Come back into warrior two. High lunge. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Lean forwards. Option 1, breathe here. Option 2 for a bit of fire. Warrior 3 with one arm forwards, one arm back. So really draw through the wrists. 3 more breaths, you've got this. 2, 1. Mountain pose, front of your mat. Mop your brow. Ooh. From here, chair pose, breathing in. Step the right foot back, breathing out. From here, link the fingers the other way round if you can remember. It's usually the way that feels really awkward, so go for that one. And then hands come down. Again, you can gently press through the hands. So you get a stretch in the outer front part of the wrist, but being moderate with it. Calm breaths. Slowly release, bring your hands down around the front foot. If that's sort of awkward or tricky in the belly or the side of the waist, you could always wiggle the foot out to the side if that feels better in lizard. But either way, just bringing a little bit of weight into the hands, but the foot is mostly supporting. And then this time from here, press down through the fingertips, and you could experiment with lifting the hand and the fingers, so just the fingertips come down, and then slowly lower the palm back down. Lift the heel of the palm, fingertips, and back down. One more time. And then from here, come up, kneeling position. Once again, take your hands forwards into child's pose, palms flat this time. I'm going to invite you to slowly lift up. And as you lift up, you're taking a little bit more weight into the wrists. Pause here. Your hands are still in front of your shoulders. Gently press the fingertips and the base of the first finger down. If that feels okay, you could go a tiny bit further, just an inch. Pause. And as you breathe here, really feel that you're pressing both the outside of the hand and the inside of the hand down, the bases of the fingers down. And then let's slowly release. Gently give the wrists a little shake out. So in this position, bring the backs of your hands down onto your thighs. And could you wrap, almost curl the fingers around the inner thigh and spread them wide. If it feels good to you, you can fold forwards, bring your tummy onto your hands. And now a wrist stretch I really like is from here, gently, gently bring the elbows into your sides, just as far as feels manageable, and then open them out like a chicken wings. Bok, bok, bok. So bring the elbows in and out, and in and out and in. Release, wiggle the fingers. Kneeling position, left foot steps forwards. Up we come, high lunge, twist to your left, and warrior 2. From here, pulling ropes, pushing walls apart, boundaries, pressing them away, things that are holding you back. From here, preparing for half moon, last one. Again, keep the fingers spread, active. And then return the foot, warrior 2. High lunge, right arm forwards, left arm back. Lean forwards, option 1, breathe here. Option 2, warrior 3. Really reach through the back foot, both arms reaching away from center. 3, 2, 1. Mountain pose, front of your mat. Let's take a centering breath here. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Chair pose on your next natural inhale. Left foot back, back knee down, followed by the right. So from here, come down onto your forearms. Elbows below shoulders, hands about shoulder width apart and palms flat. So press into your elbows. And again, gently press through the base of the thumb and the base of the first finger. And to begin with, tuck your toes, slide the left leg back, and let's take a little rock. If this feels absolutely fine in your wrists, I'm going to give you another option. But if this is sort of feeling like I can feel a little bit of work here, then you're going to stay here, switch legs and continue. If it feels fine in your wrists, tuck the toes, lift the hips, dolphin pose. 5 deep breaths. Gently press through the base of the thumb, gently, gently. 3 more breaths. 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Now this time, keep your elbows shoulder width apart, but could you turn the palms up? Counterintuitive, I know. Turn the palms up and place the backs of the hands down. See if you can keep the hands apart, so rather than them sliding in, open them out. And could you press your fingernails down into the ground? Like the ground could give you a manicure. Wouldn't that be convenient these days? Press the fingertips down. Even the thumb, see if you can reach the thumb down. Some people can get it to the floor, some people can't, no problem. And then press down through the fingertips. And again, tuck the toes, slide 1 foot back, see how that feels. And again, if this causes more discomfort than the previous version, I'd recommend you switch back. But some people will find this is much kinder on the wrists, this position. It depends on what's going on for you. So we experiment. And now if you're feeling really daring, you might come into dolphin with the palms facing up, fingertips pressing down. The hands may well slide in a bit. Resist as much as possible, but don't worry too much. Press your fingernails down, either way. 4, 3, wide shoulders. 2, 1, lower down. And from here, come to a kneeling position. Just gently circle out the wrists. We're going to move to sit cross-legged, so find your way round. Into a comfortable seated position, whatever's easiest for you. And then from here, I'm going to invite you to take your palms forwards, gently spread the fingers. Now, softly squeeze your elbows into your sides, so elbows in. And now can you draw your shoulders down, away from your ears, down. Elbows in, shoulders down. Okay, and now, like you're holding a tray, imagine you're going to try and tip the tray forwards. Send the fingertips down, keep them spread. And now bring the tray back and forwards and back. And now tip the tray towards you. And this is really hard with the fingers spread. So tip the tray towards you and away. And we'll go away, center, towards, away, towards. Gently going backs and forwards. Keep your elbows in, shoulders down. And with the elbows in, the shoulders down, it's very much like chaturanga in your upper body and your back. And often the culprit for wrist issues, repetitive strain issues particularly, if they've come from yoga, chaturanga is often the culprit. What can happen is if the shoulder and the elbow isn't stable in your chaturanga, it puts excess pressure in the wrist. So strengthening the muscles around your rotator cuff and the shoulder blades is a really good idea for looking after your wrists long term. So here we get the best of both. Shoulder strength and a wrist release. Okay, now shake it out for a moment, give yourself a rest. Change the cross of the legs if you're cross-legged. And now same setup, but this time, imagine you have 2 little trays in your hands, canapé time, and you're gonna serve them to the left, and you're gonna serve them to the right. And so as you go side to side, you're not going up and down, you're going left to right, and it's a really tricky movement. So I'm wiggling side to side, and now you can take both in, both out, both in, both out. And as you do this, look at the inside of your wrist and make sure it's not kind of doing jazz hands. Inside of the wrist stays facing the sky, side to side. Now from here, circle the wrists, release. Last thing we're going to do, sometimes wrist things can be associated with nerves or nerve impingements that move from the spine between your shoulder blades and your lower neck out down the arms. So we're going to do a little nerve stretch gently and see if it feels good to you. From here, could you reach your left arm out to the side, palm turned up. And now this shoulder, for a moment, shrug it up so you know where not to go. Now you're going to pull it down. Pull it down, shoulder down. Again, it's these strong muscles under your armpits, the ones you use in chaturanga, which help release the shoulder and the nerves there, which can help your wrists. Now from here, what I'm going to do is gently, I'm going to turn my fingertips down and press my palm away. And now that could feel quite strong already. Go easy if it does and breathe here. If you don't get much feeling, start to drop your right ear to the right shoulder and press through the palm, draw the left shoulder down. You might feel a kind of tingly, electric feeling. Go for a mild feeling, not a strong one. Strong is not better here. You want a mild, tingly feeling. And then release. Ooh. And let's go to the other side. Right arm out like you're holding a tray. And then, because you're a rebel at heart, I know you are, you're wild at heart, aren't you? I am. Tip the tray. Drop the champagne or the non-alcoholic cocktail. Drop it away. And then shoulder comes up. Okay, that's what not to do. Shoulder goes down. You feel more tingles if you go down. Then maybe you drop the head. But again, looking for a mild to moderate sensation. And I know you're rebellious. Maybe you're not. I apologize if you're not. If you are a rebel at heart, not going too strong with it, as tempting as it is. And then release, circle it out. Okay, last thing we're going to do here. So your left hand, I'm going to invite you to take it out, thumb facing up, kind of hitchhiking position. And now turn the thumb down. And now with the hand in this position, could you just take that hand behind your lower back? So I'm going to take the hand just kind of here, back of the hand against my lower back. And now what I'm going to invite you to do is to send the elbow forwards. So press the elbow forwards, move the shoulder in. But see if you can keep your fingernails in contact with your back as you do that. So the back stays flat, hand and the back of the hand stay flat, elbow moves forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back. This is kind of like flossing for your shoulder, like you floss your teeth, you floss the shoulder, floss the nerves, which can really help release things down the arm. Okay, and let's go to the other side. So right hand out, thumbs up, thumbs down, sad face, and behind. Spread the fingers wide, press the fingertips, fingernails into your back, and then elbow forwards and back. Pump in those shoulders. And now let's go with both hands. So bring both hands back. Your fingers will probably be on top of each other a bit. Elbows back. And again, chicken wings. Sit up tall. And now this time, as the elbows come forwards, what would it be like to drop your chin and round your back? And that could be really strong for some people, so go easy if it is. And then come up, lift the chest, elbows back. 2 more, round, scoop in. Lift up, round, scoop in. And release. Just give your fingers a little wiggle, kind of, magic fingers. Or, yeah. And lying back down. We're going to take a little twist to release the back, and then a short shavasana. Bring your right knee in, left leg long, and draw the knee across the body. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Return and switch sides. Your knee doesn't have to come to the floor. It's usually more helpful to think about keeping the left shoulder down here. Deep breaths. And coming back to center, let's take a moment just to lie down. You could rest your hands by the sides of your body if that feels good, or on your body if that feels good. And let's take a short visualization or meditation practice designed or with the intention to bring healing and health back to whatever injury you're working with at the moment. I'm going to invite you to imagine or visualize a color that to you is associated with healing or with happiness. Maybe it's your favorite color, or a color which represents health or well-being to you. Imagine that color vividly in your mind's eye. And you might imagine that color is gently floating around you like a fine mist, a mist of colored light. This mist is friendly and healing and wants the best for you. And you might imagine, as you breathe in, gently drawing in this healing color. And as you breathe in, it flows down through your shoulders, your arms, to your hands, your wrists, your fingers. Drawing this healing color into any areas that need some love and some health. Intention is a very powerful thing. So the intention that through paying attention, through breathing, through movement, we can return to a radiant health. As you take a deep breath in, releasing through the mouth, and starting to stretch your arms overhead. That gentle mist kind of dissipates or evaporates. But the well-being stays within you. Walk your feet in. And then finding a way to come up which is easiest for you. And coming to sit as we close. So just for a moment, bring your attention to your hands or your arms, and whatever you're working with at the moment, you can just gently touch with the hands, a little squeeze. In Chinese medicine, often the hands are thought to be the messengers of the heart, but also the things which bring healing. So there's a sense of gently touching your hands to an area that is hopefully getting better bit by bit. Yeah. So from here, you could join hands if that feels good. Take a little bow to your ongoing strength, and the progression of your healing. It's coming bit by bit. We'll close there. So thank you all so much. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for being here. As always, leave me feedback below. I'd love to hear from you. It's also super helpful to me if you can subscribe below, subscribe to my channel. I'd love that. And new videos coming for you every week. Until next time, enjoy your practice.